Buff dudes coming at you.
Ooh.
Getting the mobility ready to go.
Oh yeah, waking up, getting those muscles activated, getting the ligaments and tendons lubricated.
It's going to be a good one.
Lower body. So
Yes.
Oh yeah, getting some people joining up. Nice. Got some lower body today, getting some mobility. Got a little late to the stream today. Yeah, but we're here. Artie and Sly, Alicio from YouTube. The Zani right here, but the Sly looks like he ran away. He didn't want to do the workout. This guy over here, look at him here. Look at, he's got this funny hair and his little short and everything. He'll be back though. And anyways, that's my Arnold impression for this morning. Still kind of waking up. There we go. Liam from Facebook. Hi guys, all the way from Scotland. Hey. Well, I'm really happy you joined us for this live stream, this workout. Scotland. It looks very beautiful. Hopefully one day we'll be able to visit. It looks a little rainy as well. It's probably a little bit more rainy than Central Oregon. It's been a heat wave here, so it's basically just been 100 degrees for the last 2 months straight. That's kind of crazy. So I kind of like some rain at this point. Resso from YouTube, what's going on? Doing this live stream, man. Glad you can join us. And Robin from YouTube, joining from London, the UK. Well, thank you so much for joining. Hell yeah. Always awesome to see a bunch of people join up. Resso from Dubai, YouTube. Hi from Dubai. Well, awesome. Hell yeah, man. We got people from everywhere. It's always kind of cool to hear where everyone's from. A-Slang from YouTube. Hello from Norway. Joseph from YouTube. Montana. Hell yeah. I mean, there you go. All over the world, all over America. I mean, that's just awesome to hear. And all those places, Montana, Norway, Dubai, they all look beautiful. So that's really cool. It's always kind of interesting to visit new places and see the differences, but also some of the similarities too, in a lot of places. Hi, Johan from Singapore. Greetings. And Troy from Canada. Jasham from Australia. Brian from Singapore. Nebraska. Nathan. Looks like Stephanie flying the flag from England. Hell yeah. And let's see, trying to shout out everyone. Levi from Washington. Carmen from Jersey. Anton from Wales, UK. Wow, hell yeah, man, this is sweet. As you can tell, Hudson's kind of setting things up. He'll be joining us here in a second. And looks like Dutch Stuff from YouTube. Good morning, dudes. Glad to be able to make it to the live again. I like the no time meal prep video this week. So big shout out to Hudson there, because that was his video he worked on. And it's really important, as he could talk about, obviously having 2 kids, a family. That's That takes a lot of your time. I mean, me just being with them and hanging out, I can see that's pretty all-consuming.
We just fed them, so they're satiated. They're gonna let us do this workout. Exactly, kind of. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes cute monsters, sometimes evil monsters. Yeah. Good to see everybody. So yeah, today's going to be very lower body focused. So for those of you who are going to be working out alongside us, you're going to want to get that lower body mobility ready, because that is what today is going to be all about. Juan on Facebook, hello from Colombia. Hello, Juan. And Connor from YouTube says, hey, buff dudes watching from Northern Ireland. Ready for this? Hell yeah, Connor. Glad you could join us. So what we're going to be doing today is we'll just run through it really quick. For those of you who have never done this before, today's going to be a circuit. So we're going to do one exercise immediately onto the next. There's going to be 10 exercises, and we're going to do 4 circuits, which will eventually add up to 20 minutes.
There is some rest between, though.
There is, yeah. So it's 20 seconds of exercising, and then it's 10 seconds of rest, and we're doing that for 20 straight minutes.
2 things you need: air and water.
That is very true. Give the people air. Gurjo, if I'm getting your name right, on YouTube. Hi from London. And I believe, well, I was going to say Rogue, but it might be Rock from Facebook, says watching from the Philippines. Well, hello. Yeah, very glad you could join us. So today we'll be doing jumping split squats. And if you have little issues with maybe the more dynamic exercise, such as jumping split squats, you could always just do split squats. Yeah. So that's fine. but we'll be doing jumping split squats, planks, lateral squats, mountain climbers, glute bridges, single leg Romanian deadlifts, dog hydrants, which is a silly name, but basically you're just doing like an abduction with the leg, just like
Peeing on a hydrant.
Yeah, exactly.
Male dog. If you're a female dog, then just take it.
Hence the dog hydrants. Russian twists, jump squats, and calf raises. So lots of legs today. So prepare yourselves. I saw the comment from Cody Griffin saying this is not going to be fun. I think Cody probably worked legs yesterday. So
I mean,
apologies.
it's summertime. The shorts are out, man.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta show the wheels.
Bo on Facebook. Good morning from Tennessee. Good morning, Bo. Hope all is well.
Mark from Facebook. Hudson looks like a Jack David Spade.
I do. Now Brandon needs to gain about 300 pounds so he can be my Chris Farley. Or maybe Brandon's a super jacked Chris Farley. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's like Tommy Boy 2.
Starring David Harbour and
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Except hopefully I don't have a wig on like in Tommy Boy where it's just gonna fly off during this workout.
That's true.
Classic movie. Yeah. So how's everybody feeling?
Looks like everyone's pretty much joined. It looks like people are pumped. Everyone's saying good morning, hello. Good morning to you guys. Are you ready to work out? That's the question. Hopefully everyone's getting their warm-ups, their mobility. It's legs day, baby.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, it's literally all legs and core, of course. We are doing a little bit of core as well. So got some flex. You know what's up.
Yeah.
Samar from YouTube. More flex from Ben. Hell yeah. That's what we want to see. Lucio, flex emojis. Super ready from Troy.
Nice.
We're ready, man. Everyone's like, stop yabbering. Let's do this.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna get the countdown going. Love seeing the flex emojis. Jumping split squats are gonna be first. Brandon's hyped. I'm gonna get one final little drink of water here.
Do it. Jumping. Oh yeah. The first round is always a little bit stiff. You know, it's gonna be. You feel a little bit better after the first round, but then you're gonna feel worse after the second and third because it just gets a little bit more hard, and but you get more pump, baby. Feels good. Here we go. Jumping split squat. Boom. Yeah. This is the time to kind of help me warm up a little bit. Oh, hitting the quads, the glutes, a little bit those hamstrings. Ooh. See, we're moving our arms. A little bit helps that jumping motion. Get a little bit of a break, and then going on to planks.
And a bead from YouTube with the $9.99 donation. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. All right, on to planks. Yep. Squeeze those lats, those glutes. Keep that core tight. Hold that position. Excellent exercise to strengthen the core. And the core is not just your abs, not just your lower back. It's your glute. It's your abs. It's your lats. So there's a lot to the core there. That's why these planks are so good. Ooh. There we go. Lateral squats.
We're on to our third exercise, and I can already tell this one's going to be pretty intense.
Ooh.
This entire workout, though, is
wide stance there. You're squatting into one leg, keeping the other straight, and then alternating back and forth there. Oh yeah. You can have your toes slightly pointed out if it makes it a little bit more comfortable, but keeping them straight is it's a bit more difficult, and it really gets that ankle mobility, which is nice. Okay, mountain climbers.
And a $6 donation from Levi on YouTube. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Here we go, mountain climber day. Let's go. In that push-up position. Keep those knees nice and high. Oh yeah. That reciprocal motion in your legs. The nice deep breaths. Pace yourself. Keep everything nice and tight. Oh, there we go. Glute bridges. Can't forget the glutes, baby. They're a powerhouse. Biggest muscle in the body. Helps us be the bipedal animals we are. Ooh, squeeze.
We're getting you Instagram ready with this exercise.
Damn right. Ooh. Nice squeeze. Hold that position for a little bit at the top to really get those glutes activated. And what's next? You got the single leg RDLs.
Balance is going to be key with this one.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself.
Oh yeah. Hamstring. Oh yeah. Nice and slow. Feel like good stretch in the hammies. Keep that upper body very stable, straight. Yeah, it's a lot in that hip flexion and extension there. Oh, felt good. All right, on to the dog and hydrants, baby.
So this is a new one.
I'm gonna alternate. I'm gonna go from one side to the other.
Okay, so
There's one.
Brandon's got 2 hydrants.
I do. Marking your territory all around, baby. Really good for the glute medius with this kind of movement here. A lot of glutes in the core too. Is you're really trying to stabilize that position. All right, Russian twist. Back to the core. All right, here we go. Oh, twisting back and forth. You can do feet elevated, you can feet on the floor, whatever kind of works best for you. Feet elevated is a little bit more difficult. There we go.
Jump squats.
So don't feel like you have to get a big jump on this one. Just get a little bit off the floor, you know, come down, power up, kind of get that nice motion, boom. You want to use your calves in this too, not just the extension in your hips. So extend through plantar flexion to help you get that nice jump as well. So you're extending in your ankles, knees, and hips. Awesome. So now that your calves get a little extra work on that one, we're gonna move right on to calf raises. So really gonna feel the burn in this one. Oh yeah, nice and slow. Squeeze the top. This is a little bit of the break period though.
Good, because we've got jumping split squats coming up next. So
yeah, this is intense. This is a good one. Good calorie burner. Good lower body activation.
Utilize that rest time. Take a drink of water if you need to. We're on to the second round.
Good job, everyone. Here we go. So I do most of my talking in the first round, so that way in the later rounds, I don't have to say much.
No kidding,
right? It gets a lot harder. Be a lot more winded. Oh, I want to take that time to do those breaths in for sure. Planks next.
This one's going to be intense by the time we're done with it. So yeah. Pace yourselves. If your fitness level is maybe not on the same level as ours, maybe more advanced, maybe less advanced, feel free to set out an exercise if you need just a little bit more of that rest time. There's no shame in that at all. But if you can, absolutely try and keep up. Whew. We can't see you, but it's very motivating to know that you are all doing this alongside us. It's very cool.
Oh yeah. You feel a nice stretch in this one, especially in the adductors there. The inner thigh. Take nice and slow. Feel the glutes as well. Ooh.
Here's a tough one.
Mountain
climbers.
Nice deep breaths. Here we go.
Climbing that mountain.
There we go. Glute bridges next.
Here we go.
Keep that upper back firmly planted against the floor and extend the hips up, squeeze. Keep the knees a little bit wider, externally rotate there. Create some torque in that hip joint, but also get a little extra activation in the glutes. Oh man, those go too fast because they're easy. So
yeah.
All right, single leg RDLs. Now pick the opposite leg you started with. Nice. Oh yeah.
We're back to the dog and hydrant.
My
We've seen
favorite.
some long comments as well, and unfortunately we can't answer them as we're doing the workout, but
Yeah, we'll have to check them out.
Yeah. you can save them for the end of the workout. We'll get to them. Good job, everybody. Ooh. Bring that leg high. Ooh. Watching us doing it on the screen right now. It looks a little funny. We're two dogs who have a lot of territory to mark.
It's like we're training little puppies out of human or something.
So Russian twister next.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, we got jump squats next. Here we go.
Man, I'm getting that quad pump, not leg pump, baby. Hopefully you guys are too. Here we go. Don't feel like you got to get a deep squat or anything. Come down to like a quarter squat, right up to that jump.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that one takes it out of me.
It does, that's
Big
tough.
time.
Whew. There we go. Calf raises. It's like the eye of the storm right now. A little bit of calm, some peace. And then it all starts over again.
Yeah. We are officially at the midway point of this workout. Round 3 begins now with jumping split squats.
Find a good groove on these ones. You can tell we're kind of using our arms. Helps a little bit with the motion and the balance. You'll see runners obviously use a lot of their arms for that momentum. You can do the same thing with something like this. All right, on the planks.
Oh, it ain't getting any easier.
Now,
That's for damn sure.
keep everything nice and tight. Squeeze the core, glutes, arms, lats.
Try to get as solid as possible.
I think you're trying to balance a cup of water on your back. It's gonna help you keep that nice, straight, stabilized position. All right, lateral squats. Here we go. Ooh. Nice wide stance. You should feel the range of motion on these ones get a little bit better as you go along. A little bit more flexible, a little bit more mobile. Joe is the great side too, that's why these are so great. Hips, ankles. All right, mountain climbers. Oh yeah. Really push into the floor. Keep your shoulders back too to stabilize them. It'll help the motion if you're pushing against it. Get a little bit more stable, more secure. Oh, feels a little bit easier there. All right, glute bridges.
Oh, here's where we all get, wouldn't call it a rest, but a little bit of a relief from some of the more intense exercises. Although this one, you're probably gonna begin to even feel it in your quads a little bit, mostly due to the stretch. All the prior exercises accumulating. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. There we go. Single leg RDL. So you're gonna be going back to the original leg we did. Sometimes that can be the hard thing. You're a little distracted, you forget which side you started with. So we typically like to start with our weaker side. That's just a good reminder.
felt good. Dog and hands. Again, keeping that really kind of tabletop-like structure. And that's gonna really make your abdominal, your core work a lot more. Try to keep that position. So you're not only working your glutes, but you're also working that oh so valuable core, lower back, abdominals, all that good shit. All right, Russian twist. Utilize every bit of that break you can. Hope you guys' weather is all nice out there. Unfortunately, we've got some air purifiers going because there is quite a bit of smoke in the air. There's, of course, a lot of fires in Northern California and Oregon. Sadly, I think I heard there's actually some fires in Greece and Spain as well, so hope everybody's staying safe out there. Talk about fire, my legs are on fire. Yeah, big time. Oh yeah. Woo! Calf raises. Yeah. This is already the third round. Yeah. We got one more after this. Hands going quick. Great job, everybody. Hell yeah. Nice deep breaths. Get that oxygen in. Get ready for that fourth and final round. Taking all that rest we can. Nice. Here we go, final round. 10 exercises left. Going back to jumping split squat. Round 4, unsurprisingly, is always the hardest. Probably starting to feel pretty winded by now, but we've got all of each other. Let's help motivate each other. Yeah. Here we go, planks. Nice and tight. Keep everything flexed. Buff dude Zen zone right here. Oh yeah. Focus. Concentrate. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Nice. Lateral squats coming up next. Great job, everybody. Exercise 3 of 10, but it's gonna go fast. Mountain climbers. That and jumping squats, man. 2 of the most difficult of this routine, in my opinion. We're almost at the peak. We're climbing a mountain, getting higher and higher. We're almost done. Glute bridges. But before we hit the peak, we need to stop to flex some abs. Squeeze in that top position. Yeah, imagine you kind of push your hips through your knees. Like you really squeeze those glutes, rotate the knees out a little bit. Let's get a little extra activation. Single leg RDL. This is the one where balance, of course, plays a large factor. Slow and controlled. Yeah, try to keep those shoulders facing the ground there, trying to rotate your body outwards. Oh yeah, there we go. Ooh. Dog hydrants. Yeah. This is like the end, you know, if you have a dog, he's trying to mark his territory, but there's barely any pee's coming out.
Yeah.
He's peed so much. Basically what's happening right now.
Exactly. Not much left in the tank.
No.
Literally, but we're giving it all we got left. Oh yeah, there we go.
Russian twist.
Hell yeah. Getting close. 3 exercises left. This is one of them. Come on, everybody. We got this. We're doing it together. Keep going strong. Finish line is in sight.
Oh, nice. Got the jumping squats and calf raises.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Come on, here we go. Last push.
All right, everybody, come on. Got this one. As Brian said, we got calf raises. Almost to the end. Give it all you got. We're almost there. Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we said it's lower body day, working legs, but us being buff dudes, we still got to work the arms too. So a little bit of flex off for the end of the workout.
Which is surprisingly harder than you'd think it would be.
Yeah.
To keep your arms elevated.
Nice.
Squeeze those calves. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Great job.
Hell yeah.
Oh, huge self pat on your own back. Digital virtual high five. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Great job, everybody. That's amazing. Whew. Now we're going to take a second to grab some water and rest.
In the chair.
Yeah. Wherever you are, maybe it's Saturday morning, maybe it's Saturday afternoon or evening, thank you for joining us and getting this done. It's always awesome to be able to do it with all of you. Becca from Facebook. Becca says, enjoyed this workout. Thanks. Well, thank you, Becca.
Thank you.
Very happy to hear you could join us. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like that one. That was fun, just concentrating on more of like a, you know, lower body only rather than kind of doing full body, going back and forth. It made the difficulty go up a little bit for sure.
Aziz from YouTube says, let's read that really quick. Thanks, Buff Dudes. I completed the workout. And Aga White, hi, honey. Aga on YouTube says, oh, yeah, great workout.
Nice. That's Hudson's wife, by the way.
Exactly.
Troy
from YouTube says, my 10-year-old daughter just crushed this workout with
me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That is awesome. You know, I think that's a question sometimes people ask, like, when should you start working out? Is it healthy? Does it cause, you know, stunts your growth, all that kind of stuff? It is absolutely healthy to be active, to work out at any age. So, yeah, that's awesome to hear that your 10-year-old smashed workout.
And Cody Culp with a $100 donation. Cody, thank you so much. Cody Culp says, on YouTube, I told myself I was going to work out with you both this Saturday, and here I am leaving the gym on phase 4, week 3, but giving each phase 4 weeks. I'm doing your cutting plan next. Thank you for all the videos. Hope all's well. Cody, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cody. And, appreciate that. And thanks for the support too. Thanks for getting the program. We're really happy that you're liking it.
Yeah,
we're gonna be doing the cutting program very soon. Because we're getting close to that bulk phase, baby. I was running 246. A little bit left.
I think Brandon's may have this one in there. And the other Cody, of course, Cody Griffin.
Can't say the other Cody.
That is true.
The Cody.
My bad. The Cody. Cody Griffin with a $50 donation. Wow. Thank you very much, Cody. Cody says, bros, morning. Also, I'm having trouble getting 6 consecutive days in a row in the gym. So I've been stacking 2 in one day. I mean, how much does this set me back, or does it?
You know, depending on your split, like what split you're doing, 6 consecutive days, I'm assuming that you're doing maybe more of a bodybuilding type split where you're focusing on more of the maybe chest and triceps, back and biceps, that kind of thing. So you can split it up that way, or maybe chest only. Double days or completely fine. Absolutely. Again, it's kind of depending on your split. You don't want to overdo it. Obviously, the volume is too high. Your body has a hard time to recover or maybe even adapt to what you're putting onto it. So just be cautious of that. But yeah, by no means is it a bad thing to be working out 6 days a week. Is it sustainable? Probably not. You want to have some phases where you back off a little bit to give your body some rest, recovery. But yeah, man, if you're in that peak condition, if you're hitting that peak there and you've worked up to it, yeah, absolutely. 2 days is fine for sure.
And Cody does look like he's in pretty peak Aquaman condition.
Absolutely. See,
yeah, I've seen the photos.
7 days a week.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And Wasfi from Facebook says, I finished my push day from Superhero Guide last phase and did this hit with you bros. Nice. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for letting us know.
I know. And it's really cool to be able to supplement on your workout program to do something like that. So, you're not putting a lot of load on the body. It's just body weight. It's more focused on getting your, the cardiovascular strength, your muscular endurance. So it's just a great supplement to your already, strenuous workout program.
And Kelsey Affleck from Facebook says, I'm here every week and you guys are such an inspiration. Well, thank you, Kelsey. Yeah,
Kelsey.
Thanks for the kind words. Robert Peppers from Facebook says, good morning, Buff Dudes. As always, love you guys and what you do. Enjoyed the workout. Hudson, you look like a jacked version of Stryker from Mortal Kombat. And Brandon, you look like a badass Johnny Cage. Well, thank you very much, nice. Robert.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
We're just scrolling down, seeing some comments really quick. Cody Griffin with another $10 donation. Cody. Thank you very much, Cody Griffin. Yeah. Cody, just want to clarify.
Yeah. Oh, but that's what you're on. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Then. Yeah. Yeah, that is hard because those 6 consecutive days. So yeah, I know exactly what split it is now. 2 days. Yeah, that's fine for sure. And then take, 2 to whatever, how many days to recover and then repeat from there, obviously. So a lot of people think they have to fit the program into, or like the workout regimen into just a week, like Monday through Sunday, like it has to fit in there, but you could literally work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take a couple days off, 2-3 days off, and then continue that cycle. Doesn't, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to fit in the week. It can kind of, form past that 7 days, if that makes sense.
Check out a comment from Socks 285 on YouTube. Says, that was fun. My balance on the RDL still sucked, but it's getting a little better. Thanks. Socks, that was me. And I'm still not perfect, but I mean, it does get better. So that's the amazing part. And Connor Campbell from YouTube says, thanks for the set, guys. That was great. I wanted to purchase your mobility band and superhero books from your website, but it's saying you guys don't ship to the UK. Could you help me out? Connor, we do ship. Yeah. The only item we don't ship is the mobility bands. And the only reason we don't do that to Europe is it's so expensive. And we can't really find a solution. If we could, we would, but we feel so horrible, obviously.
It's like the shipping's more than the bands.
I think so, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just
So we're not doing it at the moment because it just doesn't feel right. But if we could figure out a solution to that, then we'll definitely get you covered. You can order the superhero book, of course, but I think it's probably just because the mobility bands are in your cart. It's not letting it ship. So we apologize for that. Jimmy D with the $50 donation. Thank you, Jimmy, and good to see you. Jimmy on YouTube says, just shouting out to the dudes. Thanks for being here. I want a signed item. Doesn't matter. Can you sign magnets? We could try. Yeah. We could definitely try. Shoot me an email.
We'll probably do like a anatomy poster or something. That's always
that would be cool. Yeah,
I think it used to be up there.
Yeah, that's right. It's over there now. Yeah, we got the cool anatomy poster, which is nice too, because then it's a list of like exercises we enjoy and everything.
So it's still kind of useful.
Yeah,
magnets are useful too.
Yeah. Connor Campbell replied from YouTube regarding the bands question. Connor just said, oh, dang, it's the bands that I had in the basket too. Yeah, that's exactly a bummer. OFR Liquid from YouTube says, may I ask if you deliver buff stuff to France? We do, OFR. The only thing we don't, of course, is the bands, unfortunately. But maybe one day we can get kind of something set up in Europe so we can ship from Europe. I'm sure that would help. Wasfi from Facebook says, what about Middle East bros? We do ship to the Middle East. We actually ship everywhere in the world, and we really enjoy it too, because there's nothing more fun than seeing people's orders come in from around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get answers real quick from Y6USF YouTube. I'm 14. I started exercising, but stopped for 5 months. Do you have any tips for getting motivated to start again? Getting started again is always a very rough road. We've gone through it many times in our lifting careers and our fitness journey. have a plan. That's one thing that you have a program, maybe get a workout partner to meet up at a certain time that can help you motivate you to go to the gym. If you can't go to the gym, if you have to do it from home, blast some awesome music, some of your favorite music, lock yourself in a room and force yourself to do it. It's just, it'll eventually build the habit back up. You'll start feeling better, looking better. And then that itself is going to motivate you more so to keep it up. So yeah, that would probably be our tips or mine.
And Dutched Up with the $5 donation. Yeah, thank you, Dutched Up. Dutched Up says on YouTube, I think that was one of the harder workouts. LOL. I agree, Dutched. Thanks for all the inspiring content. It has helped me a lot with staying on track. Well, yeah, really happy to hear that. I know it's crazy when you do something like you switch to just lower body, and it's tough when you just focus on a more select group of muscles. Cody Colt on YouTube says, to the gym, and yeah, it's been a slow road, but having the program changed everything. Was paying for a trainer at the gym before I started this plan. What a waste of money. Well, that makes us really happy to hear that.
That's what's hard too. There's some good trainers out there, and then unfortunately there's some that aren't maybe in it for the reason to benefit clients and to help people out, but more so for themselves. So that's tough. Yeah. I always hate hearing someone that has a bad experience with a personal trainer, because I was one for so long and I had seen both sides, good and bad. But yeah, really happy. Obviously you found happiness in working out and using a program, because that's obviously what it comes down to, is you pushing yourself.
And Socks with the $1 donation. Thank you, Socks on YouTube. And also Jimmy D with the $10 donation. Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks, Jimmy. Also on YouTube. And Jimmy says, in all seriousness, concerning workouts at Planet Fitness machines, can you get the same workout there doing the 5x5 program with deadlifts, etc.? Any shoulder-centric exercises that won't do damage?
I'm not 100% familiar with Planet Fitness, their setup. I know they're not very deadlift friendly, as far as I know. Just seeing all the social media posts on them. So I'm not sure if you could do 5. I don't even know if they have squat racks. And if they have squat racks, they have power racks, then yeah, absolutely, you can do the 5x5.
And even if they have Smith machines, I mean, you can always.
True, it's hard to do deadlifts on the Smith machine.
Oh, I was thinking just squats.
Oh, yeah. For sure. You can still do squats on the Smith machine. I mean, obviously we give them a hard time, but you can still use them, of course. Deadlifts, you can do a modified version, maybe with dumbbells. Yes, you can always modify something to make it work, for sure.
And I was actually thinking about that the other day while working out, is that, and I mean, we actually even said it in a prior video. I mean, any workout is going to be better than no workout. Mm-hmm. So Smith machines, cable, we're fans of all that stuff. Of course, sometimes you can get a little elitist maybe when you're like, oh, I only do barbells, I only do dumbbells. But hey, I mean, if there's anything available, by all means, use what's available, as opposed to not using anything, because that's going to be the worst option every time.
Absolutely. Troy McPherson, I think from YouTube, said it'd be cool to have a buff dude's loading, like a buff dude loading, like you're on their way to becoming a buff dude. That's a good idea.
That is, great suggestion, Troy. And if we did miss some comments, we apologize, because sometimes they kind of just come in and then we misread them. Yeah. Brigantia, if I got the name right on YouTube, that's a cool name, says, can women just do the same workouts as you are doing? They can. Absolutely. In fact, some of the best motivation we've ever gotten is every once in a while we'll have a woman, send her progress pictures to us saying that she did our program. And we're like, whoa, what? I mean, because it's always just so flattering. And we've actually had some work out with us. There's a video a few years ago. It was, we went through our 12-week program, and we just invited some of the women who had done our programs to work out alongside us, because it was cool seeing their stories and hearing it was very motivating.
Absolutely.
Johnny Noggin from YouTube with that $20 donation. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny says, compared to the UK, the US has more fast food takeout options. Yeah, I bet. Have you ever thought about doing a challenge to see if you can eat healthy? Would need rules like you can't use the same place twice or in the same day. So if I understand
like
right,
using fast food, basically just eat food from fast food to see what you would look like at the end of the month or something.
Yeah.
Or feel.
Yeah.
That's really a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. And, I don't know. That'd be interesting. I know they have more healthy options, a lot of them now.
Yeah, they do. But you're right. You're absolutely right. That would be very interesting, because there's so many variables you could take into account, like the sodium and the number of ingredients and things of that nature. But we'll think about it for sure. That would take some game planning, I think.
I know.
Let's see.
We'll probably do it when we're in more cut.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, exactly. Or we might become a little too fast foodie. Sky Zero on YouTube says, would a circuit style training routine like this be viable as someone's main workout routine?
Absolutely.
And he says, with the context being hypertrophy.
You could. You definitely could. I mean, you would just, there's always the alternative exercise that makes things more difficult. So let's say you could do an assisted push-up and then onto a normal push-up, onto an elevated push-up, things like that. So it continues to make it harder, forces your body to adapt, puts a little bit more load onto the muscles. Or you could even, utilize some water jugs in the backpack and do push-ups like that. So there's definitely a way to do it without any typical standard weights, barbells, dumbbells, and stuff like that. You could still get the benefits. You might not get as much benefits as if you would, let's say, be able to increase the load like you would on barbells, dumbbells, things like that. So you'll still get progress, maybe not quite the same kind of progress if you do a typical gym workout, but that shouldn't stop you for sure. So hopefully that answered the question. Elicio from YouTube, I want to become a buff dude. What are the qualifications? It's attitude, baby. You don't have to be 250 pounds, cut like a diamond like we are. I mean, you could just
see the attitude.
Exactly. Yeah. Just have the attitude, have the drive, have the determination, have the consistency. I mean, those are qualifications that make a buff dude for sure.
And Affy from Facebook says, after a long break, I started out working out with your guides, especially the technique work. This was a few years back. It gave me the confidence to continue. The introduction of Buff Girls was a game changer for me. Thanks. That's awesome.
Yeah. Great to hear, for sure.
And Camille from Facebook says, keep up the awesome and inspiring work, guys. Love your energy. Well, thank you, Camille.
Appreciate that. It's funny talking about the Buff Girls, the women that wanted to work out, joining in and all that kind of stuff. It was funny because we made the name Buff Dudes, very much because we were fans of the 80s, 90s video games, had that feel to it. But we didn't really realize it kind of almost seemed like it was inclusive. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't, women couldn't do it too, because it's like dudes is in the title, but it's an all around thing. I mean, that's what's great about fitness. It's not just dudes, it's girls can do the same workouts. And that's always really cool to hear that women join in and they get just as much progress. So
we wanted to always have the swagger and, of course, a little bit of the testosterone and the larger than life characters. But we also want to be able to take a second to kind of like wink a little bit and be like, hey, this is a little tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? Everyone's invited. You get to be the bigger version of yourself, basically.
Because you talk to a lot of women and they'll say, these guys, big buff guys, they kind of have this, scary attitude and stuff. We wanted to play that, but in a joking way, in a sense. So it's not like serious. It's not actually scary. It's not.
Because it was kind of scary, at least for me personally, going into the gym for the first time. It is super intimidating because at least for me, I was a 14-year-old kid and you're feeling a little smaller and you have the teenage insecurities and everything. So then you get there and you're like, oh my God. And then even hearing the sound of the weights can be kind of violent because you're hearing them bang together like that. It sounds a little bit more like a construction site almost.
Yeah. And you get the kind of wannabe alpha males to try to prove, like try to compensate, try to go over the top, screaming, banging, kind of walking around with like a really wide lat spread and stuff.
Who has still bumped into me even to this day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's like 20 feet of space.
I know, really. Yeah. No, it's like they beeline right for you so they can their lats are just so big.
Yeah. So there's all that, which we wanted obviously.
And I'll answer this question from Troy really quick. Troy from YouTube says, Aga and Michaela are huge inspirations to my wife. Well, that's awesome, Troy. Cool. Tell your wife hi, and we'll let Aga and Michaela know that.
I was actually talking to Michaela this morning, and I was saying she needs to get in on this hit, baby.
Yeah,
we need it. It's all four.
Michael Payne from Facebook says, "Are you going to do a leg workout to go with your push and pull?" Well, we just shot an upper and lower body workout, which we'll be editing. So look for that very soon. Probably have the lower body out first, actually. So yeah. We're going to be doing that.
Yeah, we were doing the push and pull for 2 to 3 weeks, and then now we switch it to upper lower. So switch things up, and it helped. It hurt, so it's working.
Tanishk from YouTube says, "You guys are inspiration for me and my brother." Well, that's amazing to hear. Yeah, tell your brother hi as well. And Jimmy D from YouTube says it's still intimidating for me, being the gym. And I don't blame you, Jimmy D.
True.
Going into a new gym for me is always a little bit, unless I'm like in peak condition, because then I feel very confident. But if you're going into anywhere new for the first time, you're a little like,
it's like you're the
new kid on the block.
Well, you're the animal walking to the water hole.
Yeah,
You're either the young lion or you have something to prove. Maybe the older lion, the bigger one. Maybe you're not as intimidated. It's always that. But there's always the bigger animal at the watering hole. Maybe there's the elephant or something that everyone moves for. So it's just always how it's going to be.
Which is funny because we of course never shot it, but we wrote the script for dating wildlife, the follow up to gym wildlife, and that's what it was going to be. That dating scenario was going to be the equivalent of the water hole, where everyone shows up and
comedy ensues.
Exactly.
Whether they want it or not.
Drinks are drank and Let's see. Taurus View 9 on YouTube says, can you go with no breaks? Exercise every day, but each day a different muscle group.
No.
We've tried it in the past because we've had that exact same thought process as far as what if you just never took a break?
Right.
But it's basically a chain, and rest and recovery is a massive link in that chain, and it can't be missing because there will be no consistency there.
Yeah, there's that phrase that some people will say, there is no overtraining, there's just under eating, which is not true. There's overtraining. You can only eat so much. You want to make sure you eat, you recover, you rest. But there's also, you can be in the gym. Like, you can go to the gym. You're just not going to be doing like an intense workout. You can do like recovery type workouts. You can do mobility. You can do foam rolling, stretching, mobility, stuff like that. So you can still go to the gym for a workout. It's not going to be like an intense, heavy loaded, strenuous, hard workout. It's just going to be more of a recovery type workout.
And Swoley FPS from YouTube has a really great comment. Swoley says, I miss videos like worst personal trainers and famous walks, LOL. We do too. We're kind of getting a little antsy. We haven't had an entertainment video in a long time. So we've got a few things we're working on. I actually saw another comment, which kind of ties in with that a little bit, from Brigantia from YouTube, who says, why not try a Witcher training? Well, combining those two ideas, we're going to kind of do a... if the gym was a video game, so it's like an RPG, but anyways, I don't know. We'll see if it works out or not. But it's gonna be like the Witcher Fallout, but in the line of like the gym, so you have options to choose from, and
this is the problem. Then it always gets too ambitious.
Yeah. Then how do you do that? Because we need a drone in the gym to kind of get that third person perspective. And anyways, it'd be kind of tough. Let me see. Joe95 from YouTube says, is Hudson right-handed? I am a mutant lefty, Joe. Yeah. So me and Michaela, actually.
Yeah, he's not alone anymore.
No.
Yeah, there's two lefties in the family.
We're slowly outnumbering. It's a shadowy organization, but we're slowly rising up in the ranks. Yeah. Lefties.
Don't ever ask him to use scissors.
Doesn't work. Yeah, it's just it just starts going around in a circle, and then all of a sudden there's just cuts everywhere. Weiss, if I got your name right, on YouTube, apologize if I don't. I tried your baked tomato and chicken recipe. It was really delicious. We're super happy to hear that. And Dutch Stuff from YouTube says, you guys should probably make that dating wildlife video. I agree, Dutch Stuff. We've been thinking about it more and more. It's so insane to think that the gym wildlife was, like 6 years ago. Isn't that crazy? That's just, wow. That's wild. So it is all written out. The whole thing's done.
We just need to get the people, the location, the filming crew.
I know, right? It's like you only need.
And then YouTube's not really the same anymore.
No.
I mean, back then it was like something could kind of blow up like it did with the whole gym wildlife. Now sadly it probably wouldn't be the same.
And the problem is we specifically write those videos a little bit more adult in nature, only in the fact where it's I guess you would call it the equivalent of maybe like an R-rated movie, maybe not even that, maybe like PG-13. But the problem is YouTube unmonetizes those kind of videos. So Gym Wildlife is actually unmonetized, and
which I don't understand when you see some of the other shit that's on there.
So that is another fear, because you put a lot of money and time into it, and then you don't really get anything back. So it's kind of a bummer. Although it's just fun.
It is.
Yeah.
Fun, rewarding.
Abid with the $4.99 donation. Thank you, Abid. It was very nice. Abid doesn't even say anything.
No,
just donated. He's like, take it.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Money drop.
Adam Breeze from YouTube says, "What's up, gents? Much love from the UK." Well, hey,
Much
Adam.
love.
Yeah, hope all is well. Jose from YouTube says, "Is there a way to know if I'm a beginner by the weight I lift, for example, in bench press versus my body weight?"
I don't know. There's too many variables that come into play. I wouldn't say you're a beginner just because you can't push a lot of weight on a bench press. I would say you're a beginner if your technique looks horrible. Get your technique down.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the weight. Some guys are doing 405, 5, whatever. Who cares? You know what I mean? Focus on yourself. Really get your technique down. Make it feel amazing. Make sure you're never gonna go through any serious injuries because of that, because you're trying to show off and you end up tearing a pec or a bicep, like you'll see a lot of people do because they're trying to show off. So don't worry about the weight, man. Never worry about that. Just focus on technique.
We got some good comments. Gerber from YouTube says, "The slow cooker meatballs are magnifico." Well, thank you, Gerber. Makes us super happy to hear that.
Yeah.
And Owen from YouTube says, "Which of your programs would you recommend for a 48-year-old law enforcement officer?" That's an excellent question.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on your fitness level.
And your schedule.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
If it is kind of more of a schedule thing, well, all of our plans kind of move the same way, Owen, where they'll all start about 3 days a week, and they'll kind of amplify or elongate the farther the plan goes along. So then all of a sudden, like Cody Griffin was mentioning earlier, it will get up to even 6 days a week. But as Brandon mentioned earlier, you can split those 6 days maybe over 2 weeks if necessary. So if you're like, hey, I mean, my schedule just doesn't allow for it, I can't be in the gym 6 days a week, you could always do that. Trying to think of, like you said, of course, Brandon said it's also your fitness level, but probably the best kind of entry level plan we have, the by far the most complex and difficult is the superhero plan, just to let you know. And it's a big book. Yeah. It was the last one we really did. It's our most packed for sure. So if you want to get the most bang for your buck, I would say go with the superhero plan.
Yeah, and it has a lot of variety in it too, which can be nice. It has more endurance, it has more strength, it has more power, hypertrophy. So you can kind of pick and choose. You can go through the whole thing, but you can also pick and choose what works best for you. And they're set up as mesocycles, like 3 weeks long. But like I forget who said it. You can do longer than that. You can do 4 weeks, 5 weeks, depending on how difficult it is, how much you love that phase or stage. So yeah, absolutely.
Wasfi from Facebook says, "Hi from Jordan." He goes, "Answer the question, please. Flex forever."
Is that a question?
I think that's a demand.
That's just you flex forever. That's it.
Exactly.
It's a statement.
Yeah. He's like, just flex forever. Yep. Do it. Go. Let's see. Shalom from YouTube says, "Did you guys ever feel bloated while lean bulking? Because I'm cutting all the fat that I gained in this pandemic. I'm 86 kilograms. Plus, gyms are closed in my locality, and I'm doing your dumbbell and band plan."
No, definitely not. I think if you're feeling bloated while you're trying to lean bulk, then there's probably a food that's not agreeing with you. Maybe your calories are a little bit too high. Maybe your macronutrient percentage is a little bit off. I've definitely felt bloated in this bulking phase and been trying to be as lean as possible while bulking. And it really came down to adjusting the calorie amounts and some of the foods. I know milk, I was having a lot of milk. So I switched to lactose-free milk, and that helped a lot. So this is little changes like that can help a lot, and being more active too, making sure you're not eating right before bed, or eating and then sitting down to maybe on your computer to work or whatever it is. Eat and maybe try to be a little bit more active, so that way the body can utilize what you're eating and digest better.
And Tug from YouTube says, "We're doing the mobility band workout plan with my girlfriend. It is very helpful. Thanks a lot." Well, that's awesome, Tug. Congratulations and good luck. And tell your girlfriend I. Oh, Cody Griffin. With a $5 donation, Cody says, "What's the secret to cutting out that last stubborn body fat in your 30s? I'm so close to my fancy stomach."
That can be a little bit tricky. You have to go a little bit more hardcore when it comes to that. What I've found success in, and obviously everyone's a little bit different, is I really cut the carbs. I get really low in carbs. I get really low in fat as well. And I just try to, and you're doing it right now, the last phase of the cutting. I mean, lots of supersets, super intense workouts, Not to say you have to be like 0 carbs, 0 fat, all that kind of stuff, but just be very cautious. What kind of carbs, how much carbs, and yeah, that can really that can use up the last little bit of that stored energy that your body puts right there. It's always there. You know, the body's naturally wants to put it right there. It's
your body is always fighting against you because your body's just trying to survive.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So make sure you're eating enough, but you're just watching the amounts, like what you're eating. So.
And for me, switching up my cardio a little bit was helpful, where I would do more of the steady state. And then leading up to that part where I was in your position, Cody, really the high intensity interval training was super helpful. I'd only do it like twice a week, you know, but when you do it, like Brian was saying, you really do it. I mean, you basically for that 20-25 minutes, you just kick your ass.
Yeah.
And you don't got to do it very often, just once or twice a week. And that really helped me just lean out that extra little amount to keep that heart rate constantly in a kind of a calorie burning, fat burning zone, basically. Let me see. I'm not sure. I might just say the last name. I'm not sure if I could get that first name.
Oh, wow.
Gutham from YouTube says, which of your programs is good for a 17-year-old teenager like me?
Any of them. Really. Yeah. It depends on your goal. We have bulking, cutting, superhero, the 12-week, 3rd edition, body weight, dumbbell only. Depends on if you have a gym. If you don't have a gym, bodyweight dumbbell is good. Although obviously, if you probably want to put on some size, dumbbell would probably be a little bit better, just because it does focus on a little bit more of the load on your muscles. But yeah, I mean, if you have a gym available, if you want to put on some size, some strength, bulking for sure. If you want to have more of that kind of well-rounded training program, I guess the superhero, because it kind of covers everything. If you want to lean down a little bit, cutting program. So there's benefits to all of them for sure. You just kind of got to pick what you want. I saw that from Nate YouTube. He was wondering how big our biceps are. And actually, I just measured my biceps the other day, and they were, my right one at least, 19 and a half. So
nice.
I was pretty proud of that. So with a pump, that means they're like 20 inches.
Yeah. They're like 30, 35 inches.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
Scott Hansen from Facebook says, I work on towboats down on the Mississippi. Wow, what an awesome job. In the past month and a half, went down from 162 to 172 trying to follow y'all. I've always had issues getting enough calories. Any food group or tricks to get enough calories consistently? Well, Scott, check out our main YouTube channel, Buff Dudes, because we actually just released 2 meal prep videos in a row. I released one, Brandon released one, and they both focus on getting enough calories in. So really check those out. I think they'd be helpful.
Baked oatmeal, man. That was really good for me. Overnight oats, baked oatmeal. You can just carry that with you. You can have it. Super easy. Tons of carbs. A lot of protein as well. Depending on your macro split. You know, if you're maybe not so carb heavy, you want to do a little more fats. Fats are great for multiple reasons, but one of them is because they contain a lot more calories, over double the amount of protein and carbs. So you can get a lot of calories in with a lower volume of food. And that's always nice, because with just protein and carbs, you feel like you're just eating. And with fats, you can have a little bit less volume and still have a pretty decent amount of calories.
Scott Hansen from Facebook says, or not Scott Hansen, which one did I? Oh, Tim John from YouTube says, looking pretty huge.
Yeah,
thank you. That was the one I had to read to kind of give, pump ourselves up a little bit.
Yeah.
Chad Jordan from YouTube says, your mobility band routine is helping me big time with recovery from my spine injury. So many muscles unused these past 2 years. Well, that's amazing, Chad. Thank you for letting us know.
Definitely. Glad you're on the road to recovery.
Jimmy D from YouTube has a great question. He asks, at what recommended range of weights of dumbbells do you suggest to start with that you can work out daily, or just a wide range in general? I mean, we've at certain times just used one pair of dumbbells.
True.
For us, it was at the time anyways, 50-pound dumbbells, which can be great, but it's all depending on your personal level. Yeah.
Definitely a lighter pair.
Yeah.
5 pounds, 10 pounds, something for the more the accessory kind of muscles, whether that be some external rotation, some lateral raises, front raises, kind of like the isolations. You can always make a lighter weight feel heavier by doing slow repetitions, time under tension, the angles, things like that. So that you should always have a pretty light pair of dumbbells, because you really focus on that and the feeling of the muscle, the connection to the muscle. But of course, the heavier ones will add a little bit more growth and hypertrophy, because it puts more load on the muscles.
So we have two contrasting opinions here. Chico from YouTube says, "You are doing wrong." And then Lou Smith from Facebook says, "You guys are hot."
Damn.
So
we're wrong and hot.
It's so
we're
wrong.
Like the bad boys.
It's so wrong, but it's so hot.
Yeah, we're like the bad boys of YouTube.
So Lucas Wickland from YouTube says, "So do you have a date for the cutting book?" We do. It's going to be late November. Yeah.
Oh, the cooking book.
Yeah, the cookbook.
I was actually cutting book.
Oh, cutting book. Oh, my
out.
Yeah, it's already out now. It's coming out this year. So the cookbook this November. Yeah,
nice.
And it is a little past 10 our time.
Yeah.
So that's when we call it good. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Really appreciate you guys. It's always fun.
Yeah. And we'll see you next Saturday.
Yeah.
Every Saturday, baby. We made it. We started in January at the first of the year. It's already August, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
And we're definitely doing this till the end of this year. I mean, you never know. It might not be a possibility, but we would love to eventually move these sessions into an actual gym and then have some of you join us.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the big goal.
Steven from Facebook said you guys have a community group. That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, exactly.
Community group.
Yeah,
and we'd love to do it in an in-person community group, but until things blow over, maybe we'll hold off.
Yeah, and we do, Stephen, have a Facebook group, Buff Dudes Worldwide, which is a great community. But we would love to have like an in-person community.
Yeah,
like Brandon was saying. But anyways, we'll see you guys.
Thanks for the comments, the likes, the donations.
Yeah. See you next Saturday. Have a great weekend.
Flex, baby. All those emojis.
Yeah. Get those emojis coming, baby. Yeah. See you next Saturday.